Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. We are back with the DAF XF 105 from Vadik, but not for long. We have a new truck planned for today. Actually, let's get right to it, because I am in 1.31 beta again. For the purpose of having access to this truck, because this truck is only accessible as of 1.31 and is not compatible with 1.30. Let's buy something from Stuttgart. Buy online. This is Mr. Capital's MP3 Reworks. Actros MP3 Reworks. Should be this one. And it looks pretty promising from what I've seen. Now, as you guys have been requesting about this, let's go with that. You don't like the low roof, you like the high roof at least. Maybe not the mega space, but maybe the high roof would be enough so we still have space for a spoiler. So yeah, this episode will be a bit more on the truck customization, a little bit of driving, and a little bit of Q&A if we can squeeze it in, right? So hang tight. And that's nice, we have some background music while we're working in this truck. Hopefully it's not too loud. Now I did enable the tandem version, but I don't think we'll go with that because our options will be severely limited with regard to the trailer options when we do that. We can try though. Maybe next episode? I'm a bit torn about it, to be honest. But yeah, let's go with the 6x4. Make it 6x4 low deck, how about that? No, 6x4. Just keep it simple, right? Let's go with a 435 horsepower engine, 2,100 Newton meters for torque. That should be enough. Let's go with a retarder, 12 speeds retarder and a very high differential, low number there. So we have a city driving truck. Now, for sure, I don't like this. I'm not sure why you would have this in real life. I guess it is pretty realistic because it is there. But I don't know, I hate that combination so much, that color combination. No thank you. There are a couple of options here. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any nice paint jobs. I think I'll go with this one though, the white star. Although it is metallic, I don't really like so much the metallic feel because it feels too flashy. We could go with that. Although that one is pretty nice when it comes to a tandem because the trailer comes with that like recycling icon, that recycling paint job. But maybe we'll go with this for now, unless there are other special paint jobs for this. No, I don't think so. Heavy duty? No, we're not going heavy duty. Although that is kind of nice. But as always, as a recent convert of J-Spec trucking, we will be going with a J-Spec today, or at least we'll try to approach it from that angle as much as possible. Maybe let's go with maybe it's better if we start with the base color here, something like that. Not sure why, but not really digging that logo so much. Maybe it will be better after a while. But okay, let's play with that color, right? Let's play with that color. Let's add a spoiler immediately. Not a wing, a spoiler, exactly, and make it paint. There we go. So at least we have something that completes this logo. Feels a bit too white though, doesn't it? Oh, I can't change it at all. All right. Actually, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think we'll stick with a plain color for now. And if you guys have any paint job suggestions, you let me know, okay? How about the DB Schenker one? That does look pretty nice. You know what? Let's go with this to prepare ourselves for the tandem setup. Maybe next episode we can explore that. You let me know if you're interested. There's an option to make it painted or chrome, this logo. I do like it chrome though, and I do like to keep the painted parts here for some reason, for some J-Spec reason. Blue Tech 5 badge. Also, the paint itself is not too dark, not too black as the usual, actually plastic, I would say. The plastic parts in the front, it's not the usual black paint like that one, tint rather. It's a bit more on the grayish side. Maybe that's how the real MP3 looks like. You guys let me know as usual. Let's go with that. A little green today for a change. Do we want anything here? We can go with slots. Wow, so many slots. We can go with maybe white Borman markers, if it wouldn't be too much. Let's see. Yeah, it's not too flashy, right? Just adding something in there so it's not too plain. In here, I think, can we make that paint? Does it work? I think it kind of works if we make that paint. So painted above, plastic below. That kind of works. Plastic cab. I want it to be very simple. No flashy stuff. Do we even want maybe one or two like fog lights? Just so it would have... I've seen some trucks which are like that. So it shouldn't be too bad, I think. Something as simple as that might work. Yeah, something like that. Right? Looks like a bumblebee. This one we can also make into paint. I like the customization options here in Mr. Capital's MP3. Really love it. Also, this one is pretty nice. Look at this. If I make it paint, oh, that looks so good, doesn't it? Not sure if it matches though. Paint with exhaust. Yeah, I can go with that. Side skirts. Oh, it's getting covered anyway. Alright. And that for sure should be plastic. That looks perfect. Love it. Yeah, that doesn't look nice from there though. We have to make it stock as well. And then we put plastic on it. So from above, it doesn't look awkward having painted parts like that one. Over here, there should be like a... yeah, this one. Stock tanks. Full paint tanks. You can even change that. Can you have like tanks on both ends? Stock... oh, that one. Stock... big tanks on both ends. That should aid with the fuel capacity. I think that's pretty much realistic. That reflects. Good. We can make that paint actually. That's interesting. Making it paint actually makes it more of the same tint as the plastic parts here, which are a bit more on the gray side. So that actually works for us. What's interesting though is there's no dot at all at the back. Okay, let's keep that then. Let's go with a German tire. Continental, I think is German, right? Continental Eco Plus 31580. That should be good. HS3. And at the back should be 31570 HD3. That's Eco Plus, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There you go. Now for the wheels, I want something that's not shiny as you guys might have assumed. Can we make it dark? Or do we make it simply... oh, that's too shiny. That's too small. 11 inch, yeah, I think 11 inches. Or is that centimeters? Not really sure. Can I make it like... I can make it the same color as that. I guess that shouldn't look too bad, right? The hard thing is trying to match that. Is there no color here? There's no color there, which we can copy. Okay, fine. So let's do this manually. Does that look same to you? Kinda. Let's keep that as a preset. And if I make this black, would it work? Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Go with an MB. And do we need a cover? No, because that would just result in a chrome. Oh, that looks so nice. Oh my goodness. Let me experiment on that. Maybe it works. If I go with a 50K Alcoa. Oh, that looks so good. But yeah, that looks too flashy. That doesn't really work for us. I mean, even the painted doesn't work, I think. This needs to be 50k black, so it fits with the rims. If I do like that one, yeah, let's keep it simple, super simple like that. Doesn't work the painted, makes it too flashy, I think. Okay, and look, go for an MB, even though we can hardly see that hub. That one and that one, right? And last but not least, that one. Good. If I missed any part, you let me know. What I missed from Shumi's version of this one is we don't have the logo that lights up anymore. If you turn this on, that doesn't light up anymore. I missed that. That's my favorite feature of Shumi's version. But Mr. Capitals has the very nice spoiler here and a couple of other parts, so I'm digging this one right now. It also comes built in with the Lean's version of the engine sounds, so it's pretty good. Do I like that? Not really. I think I like that chrome better. Okay, I think we are good with that. Very simple. The spoiler is kind of blocking the sunroof. Is there a way to remove the sunroof? Don't think so. We could put beacons there and cover it entirely, but it doesn't look good. Yeah, let's go with that. We do have slots here, right? So we can like put just one beacon in there, just in case we'll haul something heavy. Double reflector. Looks too large. Looks too humongous. Let's have a small beacon there. Yeah, very simplistic truck. That works. That works. Good. Now, for some reason, this looks a bit long, right? The chassis looks a bit longer than usual. I hope that doesn't cause any problems with the trailers or whatnot. Steering wheel, for sure that one, because I hate that one. There's no other option here as well, unless we would go with that. No, thank you. Alright. We should have a GPS in here. I like that. I like this one. I'm not really sure if this looks a bit like default interior from the MP3. I'm not sure if Mr. Capital changed anything here. Now, should we get any logo here? Maybe an MB logo. Marvel, interesting. Doesn't really fit, but yeah, that one is pretty nice. And a white interior light, so we see better inside. I think I like that. Classic black. Yeah, let's go with a simple one. Oh yes, and let's not forget the iconic sunroof, sun visor from the MP3. That one, we cannot miss that one. That looks much better now. Beautiful. This one, does it make sense if we make this paint? Yeah, I think that painted version is pretty nice. That one as well. Beautiful. Good. Now here, of course, we have to put some... We have to put a Clumsy logo. Clumsy mug somewhere. But it has to be the right angle. Which one is the best? I think it's that one, right? Yeah. And then a coffee maker at the back, as always. There we go. Good. In here, those telepass thingies. And no space for a phone. We need a space for a GPS. That one does look pretty nice. Which one do we like best? I think I like that. TomTom Trucker Pro 8500 from Sizzle. And let's get one of these. Maybe have a pennant for MB. Sticker Mercedes logo. That's interesting. Although I like that better. Yeah, I think I like that better. Good. Looks pretty classy inside. I think I'm good with that. You guys let me know if you have any other recommendations, okay? And yeah, I had to sell the old MP3 because I think it's this guy. Oh no, I didn't sell it. Okay, so it's still there. But yeah, the parts there are incomplete now because Shumi's MP3 and Mr. Capital's MP3 are both modifying the existing, the original MP3 from SCS. So they modify the same truck. They're not standalone. So you can't use both, or it might cause conflicts at the very least. So it might be a bit risky. Would be prone for errors if you try that. So what I did is I removed the Shumi's version and I replaced the Mr. Capital ones. Oh man, I think I'll lose my job here if I switch this one. Okay, good. Not losing any time. Not losing any time there. Perfect. Also, I think the mirrors here would be the old school mirrors, not the one from 1.31. And I think that's fair enough because the new mirrors, the new side mirrors from 1.31 are still a bit buggy. Wow, look at all those errors. G-Fist mirrors is 0, exactly. Yeah, that's the old version. So SCS isn't too confident yet to use their new ones because it's still lagging. There we go. Not too shabby, eh? Not too shabby. I think that works. Yeah, and yes, this is Lean's version indeed. Also, the interior seems to be interesting. I think yeah, that's been customized. Applied parking brake. That changes. What can we pick up here? We can have a speedo. This is nice. This is built in as well, I think. Is that diff lock? I hope not. Oh, that's diff lock. That's engine brake. Cool. All right, good. This might be a dashboard from Viva. Maybe it's integrated with Mr. Capital's version, which is pretty nice if that's the case. Alright, let's go and pick up the job. Also, in this video, aside from having a new truck, so we don't have Pro mods because this is 1.31. We do have Spring mod, as you can see all the flowery bushes out there from Grimes because it's been updated for 1.31. And until we have Pro mods available, I am trying out different map mods that are not dependent on Pro mods. One I have right now is something from Grimes as well. It is the German cities rebuild 1.1. This one modifies a couple of cities in Germany. Berlin, Cologne, Frankfurt. I can't remember all the stuff, but well, where we're going to right now, we are in Luxembourg, but we are going to Cologne. These have been rebuilt and should look much more realistic. Yes. So we'll see how that looks. 2 kilometers away, okay. That hopefully doesn't expire. Engine sound, engine braking looks pretty fine. Good. And yes, I think it's the first time that we've switched trucks but ended up with the same exact truck, just by different mod authors. But yeah, I really wanted to try this. I've been waiting for this for even before I went with Shumi's version. I was looking at Mr. Capital's and I was waiting for him to release his version. And I do want to check out the tandem version. Maybe next episode we'll check out the tandem. We'll modify the chassis on this truck. Reason I didn't do that now is because the trailer we're going to pick up is not compatible with the tandem setup. I did also update Cast's trailers, so NTM, Ekeri, and TrackIR. They are now compatible with 1.31. Trailer cables are working, and what else? And they are compatible with this truck as well. So the tandem setup for this truck is made possible by Cast. Hello? Guys? Guys, come on. It's green. Oh, come on. Okay, maybe I can squeeze in. Thank you. I hope it's still here. Yeah, it's still there. It's the fancy chopper over there that we'll be carrying. By the way, what kind of company is this? Are you guys familiar with it? Dragon Cells. It's a... If you look at the tandem trailer for this, it's like... how do you say? Like, it has like a recycling thing. Oh, let's go with that for sure. So I'm not sure what kind of company it is. Maybe a waste disposal company. Or a bio something company. 3 tons helicopter. Not really sure if this has trailer cables. I'm hoping it does though. We will see. We will see. It is a Schwarzmuller trailer. Sorry for my pronunciation there. So I'm expecting it should have it. Reverse please, thank you. And yeah, I do miss the new POV on the mirrors, but if we're going to sacrifice a lot of FPS for it, maybe not. I can live without them in the meantime until SES fixes it. It's interesting though, isn't it, that they haven't managed to release 1.31 yet. I think it's one of the longest betas I've ever encountered. But I guess that's because a lot of things are happening. It does work. Trailer cables do work beautiful. Alright. Do we need any... The spoiler doesn't really work with this trailer, but... Okay, we need beacons. Okay. Good thing we have a beacon right there. Let's make this a special journey, because I really want to go to Cologne and this is the only job that goes there. So we'll have to live with it, right? Next time we'll do a box trailer. Something more compatible with this kind of setup, with the spoiler and everything. So going through Luxembourg, passing through Germany, and then passing through Brussels, and then going to Germany again. And then we should be passing by that, whatever that is. I think that's a recruitment agency, and we'll be exploring Cologne. We'll be seeing how it looks like, how the rebuild looks like. Okay, maybe we'll take some screenshots in there. Why is there traffic in here, guys? Can you give me some space? So once we get on the road, we'll try and... Bro, come on. Oh, so that's how it is, huh? How about you, sir? Bro, thank you. Oh. Okay, he stopped because it's red light, not because of me. Okay, but I think we're in now. Let's go closer to this guy. And let's see if the mirrors work there. Wow, look at the POV on that mirror. It's so warped out. But at least we can still see the car in front, so... still understand a bit that we're almost going to hit him. Okay, I think we should be able to start with the Q&A now. By the way, yeah, don't forget guys, you let me know what you think about the truck, if you have any other suggestions. And maybe next episode we'll try a tandem. I did hear though that Kapitan Krishbaum has released his new engine sound for the next gen Scania. The open pipes are now available. The open pipe sound for the next gen Scania. It's I'm a bit tempted to go back to it, but at the same time I really like this truck. So maybe on the stream we can do that, or you guys let me know which you prefer, and I can always switch. We can do it alternating. Okay, anyway, let's go with the questions. One big question, this might take the entire episode. This is from Sulfur. The original version of the question is, and this has been revised to be more politically correct, or be more, how do you say, to be more neutral, I guess, not too biased, but I want to share also the original version because it's a bit more spicy. So the original version of Sulphur's question is, do you hate or despise Apple in any way? Apple Inc., the company, including ideological or actions taken? If that is so, do you prefer? And then the revised version, because Ultimate Sim said that the question is so negative, so maybe it's better to rephrase it. So he changed it to be, do you prefer Apple or Android, and why? Yeah, see how different that is. This is a very interesting road, very windy. I guess this is part of the original SCS roads though, huh? But yeah, basically, so let me answer the original version in the meantime, because it's more, as I mentioned, it's more spicy. Do you hate or despise Apple in any way? We all know what Apple is doing, right? It's very smart, and people are still buying. Like, the products they sell are, well, they came up with the original smartphone, like the revolutionary, the smartphone revolution started from them, thanks to the iPhone. And I was an iPhone fanboy before, and I completely understand the feeling of Apple fanboys, how they like the products, even if the releases aren't always like, even if the releases are only like, have only incremental upgrades, even if the technology is really, if you look at it, is really behind. But you cannot deny that the overall experience is amazing for Apple phones, and the overall Apple infrastructure, or how do you say, ecosystem, I think is how they call it. Like the phone integrates with the MacBook, which integrates with the Apple Home and everything. The integration is beautiful. They are pretty clickish though. You need separate accessories, you need specific chargers. All kinds of accessories cannot be used on anything else. They really make it Apple exclusive. Yeah, so they are a very exclusive brand. That's how their philosophy works. They want to lock you in to the Apple ecosystem. And I completely understand that's a very smart business decision, because if people are buying, then why not? I mean, yeah, that's the main thing. If people let them get away with it, then why would they change? Because that would earn them more. We are crossing to Belgium. I said a while ago we were crossing to Brussels, but that's not completely accurate, is it? We are crossing to Belgium. What is this? Just a crossing, okay, fine. Should have right of way anyway. 60 in here. Hope that's not a cop. It is not, thank you. Slow down. There we go. So yes, I was an Apple fanboy, and I really like the products because they provide a very user-friendly experience. It's such a high-tech gadget, and at the same time, it's a very user-friendly gadget. You know, it makes life simpler. It doesn't have too many options. Well, although now with the recent updates, it's starting to have that. But in the beginning, it didn't have too many options. It just works, and it's just so smooth and so nice to use. So I definitely understand the appeal. And until now, I think in Singapore, most of the people are iPhone users. So I don't really despise them. For sure not the users, but I don't really despise the company because they're very smart. And if people are buying, then why would you need to change, right? Why would you need to? They're able to make it work because the original recipe, having a smartphone that is very user friendly, it still works. And even if they are behind in some of the technologies versus Android, they don't really need to catch up because the people are happy with it, the fans are happy. They've integrated it well enough with the marketing and everything. So yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, then don't use it. But lots of people like it, so why would they need to change anything? Although I think recently the sales have started to come down, so maybe they need to change something. But yeah, in terms of how it's been the past few years, they've been a very smart company. And they've been leveraging on what they have. And even though some of the aspects are a bit questionable, like having, how do you say, proprietary accessories? I think that's how you call it. How do you cross a train crossing in a level crossing in Belgium? No clue. Let me know if you should have done like a specific thing there. Stopped, full stopped, made a rain dance or something. But yes, I don't have anything against Apple. The only reason why I changed to Android was because I'm more on the tinkering side. So I like to have as many options as possible. Although I like having a smooth experience, at the same time I like to be able to customize as much as I can, because I'm very picky. I have certain preferences that I like to have the power to change, to modify. And with Apple's philosophy, keeping things simple, sometimes it's a bit limiting for me. Sometimes I want to alter things, but they don't allow them to be altered, especially with the older versions of iOS, because they were aiming for that simplicity aspect. Yeah, they don't want it to get too cluttered, basically. So at a certain point, I got fed up with that. I felt too limited about it. So I went to Android and I tried it, and it was a breath of fresh air. Although to be honest, until now, I have a Samsung S8 Plus, but until now I can admit that still the iPhone is a much smoother experience in terms of the transitions between the different apps. In terms of the overall user friendliness, iPhone is still better in my point of view. But yeah, it's although that aside, it's not too far away, it's not too far ahead, and it's not too bad actually. So with the additional features that I've gotten, oh man, I hate this. Yeah, we are back in default SCS territory where the lanes are cutting off. So wait a minute, how far away are we? 87 kilometers away, not so far away. Going good. So, but yeah, with the Android features and how you can customize it so much, how open source it is, and how open they are. They want Google's philosophy is completely opposite from Apple, right? They don't want it to be like only for Google users. Actually, they make their apps and solutions available even for iPhone users. They want everyone to use it regardless of your platform. I like that philosophy better, definitely. But yeah, both philosophies work, but I like Google better. But yes, even so, oh, this looks beautiful. I'll have to take a photo, and this would blend pretty nicely with our paint job. So one sec, let us maybe go past the bridge, like up to this point, let that car pass, and take a photo over here. I wonder what bridge this is. Let's see. How can we make this work? Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. I'll take that. Shows off the truck, but has a little bit of background. Little bit of scenery right there. Maybe a bit wider. Just like that. Yes. Maybe remove the blur. That can work indeed. Nice. good. So yeah, I'm more of an Android fan nowadays, but I totally respect what the Apple users have. Even though at some points, I think that's the start of the city already. You can see from there. Even though at some points it feels like Apple is just like cheating their fan base, but no, it's a very smart marketing strategy. Yeah, they've locked in their users so much that the users don't have much of a choice. If they want to continue using Apple, they have to buy the accessories and whatnot, or live with the limitations. You know, it's a very limiting experience from my point of view, but some people are fine with that. I mean, they don't have so many detailed needs, and some people find other solutions around it. So to each his own. Yeah, for me personally, I just don't like the limiting aspect of it. Yeah, so that's how it is. So yes, my question to the revised version is very much an Android person nowadays. No longer an Apple fanboy. Cologne is here. Yeah, exiting right here. So let's slow down. Yeah, so pretty much an Apple fanboy before, but I woke up and I realized Android could do so much more. Even if in terms of user experience, iPhone still wins. I would say Apple still wins. I even bought a MacBook before, back when I was an Apple fanboy, and I convinced myself that I will use it, and I did. But in the end, it kind of got limiting because I'm a very PC-oriented user. Most of my apps at work we go with Windows, and the games I play, they're not really Mac compatible. So in the end, I ended up not using my MacBook so much because most of the games aren't compatible in there. Like, I had to install Windows in it, like Boot Camp and whatnot. Then kind of defeats the purpose of having a MacBook, right? Why not just buy a PC, a Windows PC, a Windows laptop? So yeah, eventually I sold it off, and I went back to being a full Windows user. So yeah, I woke up from that one as well. But yeah, it's been a very interesting experience because you get to see both sides of the spectrum. You know, you get to see both ends, and you don't have to judge anyone. You can experience it yourself, and you can decide for yourself. That's the important thing. So don't judge anyone if they're an Apple fan or an Android fan. Just, you'll understand them better if you experience it at one point or another. And for me, I can say I'm pretty happy with Android. And with the recent announcements in Android P, was it? The next version of the OS, even if the updates are very slow in Android, because it has to go through Android, it has to go through Google, has to go through each phone manufacturer, has to go through each telco. So all the delays as compared with Apple, which just has an update in Apple, and then iOS would be only done by Apple themselves, right? The phones would be done only by Apple themselves. And yes, here we are with the city, the improved Cologne. I can't remember how the original looked like, but I remember that was pretty generic. So whatever we see here, yeah, looks like a city, alright. Cars on the side, buildings. Looks pretty filled. Loving it. I'm not sure if there are any landmarks. There's also a special transport route there. Oh, this might be a landmark in itself, this tower. Not really sure though. Not too familiar with it. Yeah, maybe. Not too shabby, huh? I wish these German rebuilds were integrated with Pro Mods. I think they have a plan with that. I think the Pro Mods team is coordinating with Grimes to work on something, but no definite plans. I'm hoping though. What is this? Recruitment agency, Randstad. interesting. Maybe we can have a nice shot somewhere. But yeah, you can see how filled the city is compared to the default, and with one of the beginning cities in SES, in ETS2, definitely this was super empty before. Now it looks much better. There's even a TV tower in the distance. There should be like a cathedral though, shouldn't it? And then there's a bridge there. Like the Cologne Cathedral, wasn't it? Are we passing through the bridge? Oh, not really. I think it's it's closed off. Oh, there's the cathedral. Yeah, from afar. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice touch. Although I'm not really sure if that was there by default, even before. I like that though. Oh, there's the cathedral, the two spires, right? There, in the middle of the screen. Pretty nice touch. I do like this. This is how the city should look like. And I hope they merge this in Pro Mods, in case Cologne hasn't been changed there. So we get to keep the beautiful autobahns from Pro Mods and have the beautiful city from this mod. Win-win. Not sure how much conflicts are there though. Not sure how much conflicting objects there are, but I hope they manage to work it out. That's already turned on. Okay, we're almost here. Yeah, so yes, exactly. There's only one space. There's only space for one question to be answered in this episode. Granted, it was a very short trip, but it is a very controversial topic. That debate will never end. But yeah, those are my 2 cents on it. That's my point of view. Pretty much an Android fan, but I totally understand where the Apple fans are coming from, because it is quite an admirable phone. Actually, yeah, as I mentioned, in Singapore, it's very much still mostly Apple dominated. Like most of the office workers have themselves like even an iPhone X. Oh, steering axles. I'm going to hit that trailer, I hope not. Can I manage to park like this? Oh, I can't rely on that mirror so much because it's... I think I'm going to hit that back with this one. Who knows, we might just make it work. There, actually it works. Nice. Not the straightest parking, but I accept. Before it lets it go. Okay, good. 229 kilometers. Yeah, it's not. That's the shortest one. Interesting though, we got 13k out of that because it's high value and fragile. Interesting. Let me have a look at the Discord to have a look at the fuel efficiency. Look at that, 27.25 liters per 100 kms. 27. That's insane. Loving this truck. Okay, very simple, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go and explore more of the city since it's not been so long yet anyway. Let's go and explore this part maybe. Can we go through there? Maybe we can go through here. Yeah, and then loop around like that. Yes. So we make the episode just a bit longer. Good. We're gonna hit that. Let's see. Nope, far away from it. So yes, I'm also looking forward very much to the Android P updates. If you guys saw those videos, they were flying over Facebook. How AI, the Google AI, it's going leaps and bounds. beyond anything that's been released so far in any company. They're so smart they can actually talk with people on the phone, and the people on the phone don't even realize that they're talking with AI. It's scary. Actually, I think because of that, there's been a couple of there's been a huge concern about it. And I think what they're doing now, that Google is doing now, is they're going to say that when an AI is speaking with someone, they will announce themselves as AI, just to let the person on the other end of the line know. And this is a very interesting solution that they have, because the overall goal of this next Android update is to lessen, actually, it's interesting, it's a bit conflicting, lessen the time that you are on your phone by lessening your exposure to apps, like lessening the usage of them, so you're not too much exposed to social media. For example, you can have with this new update, you can have timers for each app. Like for example, Facebook, you limit yourself to 30 minutes a day, and then when you're past 30 minutes, the app will be grayed out and you can't access it anymore. So things like that, things to limit our usage of the phone, because the phone usage nowadays is pretty much intense. It's like we're too much on our phones that we're not appreciating what's around us anymore. And I think Google is recognizing that. They want the phone to be a productivity boost and not an attention grabbing tool. So the AI demo that they gave was pretty interesting, because they had that because they said sometimes you want to book something, but some restaurants, some establishments don't have online reservations yet, so you have to call them up. And in the effort of saving time, being more productive, instead of calling them yourself, the AI can call on your behalf. And that's what it does. That's why they demoed it. And the AI was pretty smart, so good. Like in one of I have to drink. in wow, that was the worst. In one of the demos, actually, the person on the other end of the line, I think, was a foreigner and had a bit of an accent. And I'm not sure if she was Asian or something, but the accent was pretty strong, and I couldn't even understand her so much. And I'm Asian, so but still, the AI was able to understand, and even though it's just so smart, it's freaky. It's like Skynet. It's better than I was in understanding the other person. And yeah, it's just intense. And the fact that they can integrate that level of AI across all their different products, like search engines, Google Lens, the fact that they can integrate all of those, it's pretty scary, but it's pretty cool at the same time. So yeah, definitely an Android fan, and I'm looking forward to what Android P has in store for us. I'm not sure when that will reach my phone though, because Samsung is not the fastest when it comes to that. Sometimes I wish I have a Google phone just so updates would be faster. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my phone. Samsung is pretty good as well. Even though there's a bit of bloatware in it, it's been pretty streamlined comparing to the older versions. It's much better. Yeah, that was a good tour. I like this city. I wish most of the cities look like this, especially in Germany. That's very needed, because the cities in the default areas are pretty generic looking. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Not too long of an episode, not so bad. A little bit of everything: truck configuration, sightseeing, trucking, Q&A, and whatnot. Hope you liked that one. Let me know what you think. Looking forward to your comments as always, and please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button if you did enjoy this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is Clumsy signing off. Clumsy Trucking, and see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.